Yo, good morning, guys. What's up, DGens? All right, so it's so many different, videos to do this morning, but I ended up coming down to do this one, and the other ones, I guess I'll have to film later. But anyway, let's talk about this a little bit. First of all, can Onyx coin hold a penny, and can we consolidate above there? Last time we were at a penny on the way down, actually, we consolidated at 1 cent for about 3 months. So it is a significant level. So can we hold above a penny? That would be a fantastic support level moving forward. To build some consolidation there would be amazing. And also, how did I get into JASMY? Because people have been asking me this a lot lately. So let's get into it a little bit, guys. Let's get into some charts. Let's have a look at what's going on. First, we're looking over at JASMY. Bit of a correction this morning, down 10% on the day, down 1.4% on the week, down 8.3% on the month, but up 533% on the year. Despite that, we are up 119 spots in. Oh, there we go. We're up 80, down 5 spots in rank to 80. We have a $1.51 billion market cap, and the volume is right around 165.67 million. Not too bad, not too bad. Looking over at Onyx coin, XCN, we are right now, we're up 46.7% on the day. We're up 344% on the week. We're up 441% on the month. And we're up an astonishing 789% on the year. That's why we have been accumulating this for so long, guys, and waiting patiently. You absolutely love to see that. You love to see it. Let's go have a look over at JASMY's chart. So we fell back inside the falling wedge pattern that we have here, this descending channel. And so here's the thing, guys. When you break out of a bullish structure, you generally will retest it first, confirm the breakout, and then you go. Well, we tried to confirm the breakout, but we fell back inside of here, right? So it's a double-edged sword. The bad news is the retest failed, or the retest of the top of the trend line failed, and we fell back inside the structure. But the good news is we're back inside a bullish structure. So all it did was push the breakout back maybe a couple of days, maybe into next week instead, right? So, I'll talk about that part over when I'm looking at Bitcoin's chart. So that's kind of what it looks like. RSI is still looking fantastic. Neutral, slowly creeping towards oversold at 44.87. So things are still mega bullish on the structure for JASMY. Let's go look over at Onyx Coin's chart. Little XCN action. We're holding very, very nicely. Where we want to stay above. Where do we want to stay above? We want to stay above. We got a penny. We got a penny right here. So we want to stay above that, right? Above this purple box. We want to stay above there to consolidate. That would be perfect. Okay. Now, can we do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked yesterday, guys, because if you recall, the day before yesterday, at night, before I went to bed, I made a video and I was charting Onyx coin, and I had anticipated, I called for a 1 cent one XCN, but I called it in about 2 weeks. I thought we would consolidate first before making another leg up. So I called 1 cent one, and you can go back and watch it. In about 2 weeks. Woke up the next day, and it decided, nope, we're doing it in 1 day. And it just went, right? So considering that about a day and a half ago, I was anticipating 1 cent one to happen in 2 weeks, and it happened in 12 hours. I'm more than happy to consolidate at this level. I'm up massively. I know a lot of people in our community are up massively. This sets the stage. This makes the higher price targets so much more, so much easier to see it reaching at this point in time. I mean, think about this for 1 second, okay? How long did it take us to go from like 2016, right? And to finally work our way up to a penny, it took forever. Right? You guys know consolidation, long time down, all that time, months, years, like over a year. So that's how long it took us to go from 201 to 1 cent. And then we went from 1 cent down here all the way up here to almost 2 cents in a couple of hours. That's what I'm talking about, guys. As we go higher, the higher numbers get easier and easier to attain. So now that we're over a penny, if we can consolidate over a penny, the next move could be 4 to 5 cents, right? The next big move could be 4 to 5 cents, something like that, right? It gets easier to make those hurdles as you go higher up, right? So yeah. Anyway, so basically what I'm saying is like a 300% move from 1 penny goes a lot higher, or feels like it goes a lot higher than 300% up from 201, right? So now in percentages, it doesn't. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that like the higher numbers. And if you got in at 201, you want those higher numbers faster, right? We've all been in it for so long now. We're all in at like 2015, 2016, stuff like that. Most of our community. And if you're frustrated right now that you missed out on that, guys, listen, join the Patreon. We were getting into it over there like last March and April, okay? And we're looking at 2 other projects over there right now that we're getting into that are going to do the same thing in like, I'm thinking 5-6 weeks, something like that. So get over there, start accumulating with us. And I'm dropping another video on the Patreon next week with a third project that we are going to be accumulating en masse, because we're anticipating a big move out of that one as well. So if you want to get in on these kind of plays, guys, you want to get in early, get over to the Patreon. And by the way, guys, everyone who's joined the Patreon over the last 3 days, holy smokes, has it gone absolutely berserk over the last 2 or 3 days. It's been crazy. So I just wanted to say welcome to everyone. Guys, we have hundreds of members over there, hundreds and hundreds of members. We do group video calls. I don't want to get too deep into it. I want to continue on with this, but I'm just letting you know, like, you got to get over there. We do group video calls twice a day, every day. You can schedule one-on-one coaching AMAs with me personally and so much more. So check it out, guys. Get in early on these projects, right? A lot of the people in our Patreon are up hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. We actually printed our second millionaire of this cycle yesterday over on the Patreon, right? Our goal is to help everyone get to that 7-digit number, guys. So get over to the Patreon. The link's in the description. So anyway, yeah, these things grow pretty fast, guys. Once you break a penny, right? So now 4 or 5 cents seems easy. 10 cents seems easier. 10 cents, guys. Let me ask you a very simple question from this point. Do you think that Onyx Coin can do just a 10x from here? Yeah, we have, considering we're not even in the parabolic altcoin season yet. That's not even coming till much, much later. And all we need is a 10x to get to 10 cents now on Onyx Coin. Oh, seems a lot easier now, doesn't it? Yeah. That should get you jacked up if you got in early on it, man. Absolutely. All right, let's go have a look at Bitcoin real quick. All right, so Bitcoin holding 103,000. We wicked down briefly to 102,000, but we held support. It's funny, look where we wicked down to. Right to the same level that these two topped out at. So the lower high, we hit it exactly and then wicked off it back to the upside. So we're not dropping back below that lower high. We're continuing upwards here, guys. I'm anticipating a big move. Now, listen, I was speculating yesterday that could we see kind of a parabolic weekend before Trump's inauguration? And if we did, we would see a pretty big sell-off on Monday or Tuesday. However, now I'm kind of looking at it and going, you know what? I think it would be better if we didn't have a parabolic weekend so that we didn't have a sell the news event on Monday or Tuesday. I would much rather have kind of a sideways weekend and then Trump say something or create a strategic reserve some sort of executive order for the strategic reserves for crypto or whatever it is. He mentions crypto, and then we spend the rest of the week next week going parabolic. That sounds like a better scenario to me, personally. But then you have to remember, a week later we have the FOMC meeting, right? So we have to see what Powell's going to say. So is there going to be some uncertainty in the market because of that? You see how everything is kind of up in the air right now? And everyone's like, well, which direction are we going? What's going to happen? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and most of it's going to happen before the end of this month, right? Very, very important stuff, guys. So to new people, just so you understand, it's not as easy as, just picking a direction, right? All these factors play into consideration, right? So we got to pay attention to it, guys. Okay, so real quick, funny story, guys, because I get asked all the time, like, why are you so bullish on JASMY? How did you get into JASMY? Blah, 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 blah. How did I get into JASMY? Now, people get upset at FUDders when it comes to JASMY. So, oh, these people, they FUD and stuff like that. Ironically enough, guys, I got into JASMY because of FUDders. People were FUDding JASMY. And that's how I actually got into the project. Because, so when JASMY had released most of the supply into circulation, I started seeing posts all over the place and videos about how JASMY was a scam. JASMY rug pulled the community and stuff, right? Now, I mean, those of you that have been here for a while, you know me. I'm an inquisitive fellow, right? I like to research things. So whenever I see something like that, it catches my attention, right? It tickles my fancy. I need to know more. What happened here? Because when I looked at it, I thought to myself, the liquidity, I looked into it, and because people were calling it a rug pull, and I was like, well, no, because the liquidity didn't get pulled out of the project. That's what a rug pull is, right? And there's so many people in crypto that misuse the terms of crypto. Either they don't know what they mean, or they just, they're dramatic or whatever. A rug pull is when the team sucks all the liquidity out of the project after people invest in it, and then they take off. That's a rug pull, right? Them dropping a bunch of tokens into circulation is not a rug pull, right? So I looked into it because I was like, well, this isn't a rug pull. So what happened here? And I started to dive into it. And I learned that the reason the price went down again is because they dumped a bunch of tokens into circulation. What I found interesting about that was that they had actually given all of the investors in JASMY a heads up ahead of time, warning them that they were going to be distributing the rest of the tokens into circulation. The people who got wrecked, who held on, simply didn't do research, were not paying attention to what they invested in. So when the tokens got dumped, they got wrecked. And then they're angry at the team, when really they should have been angry at themselves for not paying attention to what the team said, right? When you're making a big investment into something, you might want to pay attention to what the company's doing. It's not the company's fault that you're not paying attention, right? So again, that fascinated me even further. So I started looking into the team. And I mean, obviously, you can imagine my surprise when I discovered that the team was comprised of major former Sony executives. Ando Sato, for example, right? And that blew my mind. That blew my mind, because then I had to ask myself a simple question. Ando, just take Ando, for example. This man has spent decades, many decades, contributing to building and creating Sony to be a household name globally, right? He has built a reputation in the tech industry that spans generations. He's shared stages with the likes of Steve Jobs and so on, right? All the stuff that this man has accomplished in his lifetime. He's going to do all of that just to rug pull a project in his twilight years. Does that make any kind of sense to anybody else? Right? So, again, the more I dove into the project and the more I researched it, the more I uncovered their plans for the future, the more I uncovered the potential of what the team can do, what the connections are of the team, getting the regulatory clarity in Japan, and the list just continues to go on and on. The partnerships back then, Toyota, things like that, and now it's all continuing to come to fruition with partnerships like Panasonic, for example, and it just truly and more. And I'm still learning about this company, guys. I'm still learning because they continue to evolve and they continue to come up with new exciting plans and news that they plan on doing, and there's impatient people out there, and I actually do have a video coming out later today about that, because I did a video talking about playing devil's advocate for the people that are frustrated with JASMY, right? And I did a video talking from their perspective. If you've missed it, go check it out. So now I've been asked, well, can you do a video from the other side of the coin? Why the people who are not frustrated with JASMY, but are frustrated with the frustrated people? So I will do a video representing the other side of the coin as well, giving an explanation as to how these people feel the way they feel and why they feel it, and that they're validated in their feelings, right? Not that feelings matter in investing, just saying, right? So it's actually, yes. So it's actually because of people creating FUD about JASMY that caused me to go do my research about this project and learn about the team, learn about their goals, learn about what they're doing. And, now here I am running the largest JASMY-centric YouTube channel online, right? So I guess you could say that the haters of JASMY, the monster, or the FUDsters, have created a monster for themselves, right? So with the intention of destroying a project, they've created one of the largest advocates for the project in the process, right? that fights against them. So kind of ironic in that sense. But that's how I got into JASMY. And guys, I would encourage you to handle things in the same manner. If I don't know, if you hear FUD about a project, negativity about a project, research it. Form an opinion for yourself based off what's being said. Because I can promise you this, 99.99% of people, and that's a scientific fact, who spread FUD about any given project online, especially on X, have not done 5 minutes of research into the actual project. That's why you can never believe FUD, whether it's about JASMY or Onyx coin or anything, XRP, it doesn't matter, right? You can never take negative opinions and context, or the negative opinions and FUD for face value, because most times there's absolutely zero research behind the opinion, right? So you're taking, I mean, that's like me walking into a brain surgeon's office and giving my opinion on brain surgery is a scam, and like, what the hell do I know? I don't know anything about it, but here I am with my chest out calling it a scam, right? I look stupid. So that's how you have to look at people who spread FUD about any project, not just JASMY. Validate what they're saying. If you see something and you're concerned about it, research what they're saying. Find out if what they're saying is factual or if they're just making things up or just repeating what someone else told them, right? So, because you could be missing out on golden opportunities to get into phenomenal projects because some other moron out there is spreading misinformation, right? That's why doing your research is always important. You miss out, like what was it Michael Jordan said? You miss 100% of the chances you don't take, shots you don't take, right? Or was it Wayne Gretzky? It's one of the two. Anyway. So yeah, and guys, if you need help with this kind of stuff, again, I said, get over to the Patreon. We help you with research as well. We can help you learn how to do research. We can help you learn You know, if you have questions about a project or you're feeling some kind of way because you're hearing FUD, you can jump into our group video calls and ask questions, see what everybody else in the community's opinions are on the negative news you're hearing, right? And it prevents you from making mistakes. It prevents you from like panic selling or doing anything, you know, against your best interests because of emotions, right? So join over to the Patreon, guys. Join our community. Again, it's been absolutely exploding. Book your one-on-one coaching AMAs with me. The spots fill up very, very quickly. So get your spot booked, guys. Join our group video calls. Come and have a look at the 2 gems that we're accumulating right now that we believe are going to repeat what Onyx Coin is doing. We're also dropping another video next week on another one. So do not miss these opportunities, guys. The link is down in the description. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one.